My name is Chris Bruckbauer. I am a Microsoft Dynamics Finance and Operation Business Analyst. So I have implemented about 40 warehouses using Microsoft's Advanced Warehousing module and supported the cutover of our legacy ERP system onto Dynamics, both the backend financials and using the Advanced Warehouse module. Yes, so I was getting probably between 5 and 6 messages a day from recruiters, to the point where it was just spam. On a particular Friday evening, I received a message from Bob and Patrick listing out a position with Dynamics, with using robotics, artificial intelligence for a toy manufacturer, and that I had been kind of one of the people that had been on the list of people to look at. And I thought to myself, well, they've clearly looked at my profile and my interests. And the fact that I had been kind of singled out or been grouped with several individuals, that made me feel like, okay, this isn't just spam, that there had actually been some thought and some effort that had gone into selecting me. And that really, in my mind, said, okay, this is actually worth responding to. I was not looking for a position when Bon Patrick contacted me. I was actually in a position that I liked. It had a lot of interesting challenges and responsibilities, but it was not a position that I was in love with. It wasn't something that I saw myself doing for a long time. The position that was brought to my attention spoke so well to my background and my capabilities and my interests that I just thought to myself, after the initial conversation with Bon Patrick, I'll be kicking myself if I don't follow up with this, if I don't see this thing through. I'm going to regret it. As nice as my current position is, and as great as the people are, I'm going to regret not following through with this. What I particularly enjoyed and thought was useful was having that sizzle pack. So again, Bon Patrick forwarded over this page of videos and an outline of the position, and watching the videos of the different team members and managers and saying why this position was important and why this, what the culture and what the impact of the company was all about. More than any job description, that spoke to me as like, here are people that are clearly passionate about what they're doing, that clearly believe in what they're doing, and clearly speaking about, hey, we're a team, and these are our values as a company. That's something that you can't really convey well in a bullet point job description. And it kind of switches the perspective, right? It's a job description outlines kind of, hey, here's what you can do for the company. Whereas if you find an organization that you can really become a team member with, it's like, hey, we're actually working towards a larger goal here, and it's something that I want to be involved in because it's something that, as collectively as a group, we want to accomplish. I'm a father of 2 small children, and my family is the center of my life. And I love my job, and I certainly never neglect my responsibilities at my career or my job. Those are important things, but my kids come first. When this position, when I started to go through it and started to learn more about it, I thought, man, here's something that I'm going to be excited to do for my own personal fulfillment, but this is something that I can really expose my kids to. The science literacy, impact on the environment, even just my own personal happiness. I saw an opportunity for me to be a happier individual and therefore be a better father and a better partner to my spouse. So Microsoft Dynamics it's an evolving tool. It's growing. And particularly in the current world with COVID and supply chain issues, we have to think business analysts, D365 architects, there's been a bit of a paradigm shift. How do we automate certain things? How do we do this without just the headcount that we may be used to in a warehouse? And that challenge right there is where, without doubt, the industry is going. Automation, artificial intelligence. How do we set things up in such a way that we accomplish the business goals of right now, but we're also setting ourselves up for success in the future? This was a project that really spoke to me as far as, hey, we're looking out into the future and we're trying to plan and lay the groundwork for where we're going to be in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I would absolutely recommend working with Bond Patrick. The overall experience, it was a delight. It was personable. It was really engaging and had kind of the mentality of like, hey, we're doing this as a team. When I've worked with recruiters in the past, they were pretty straightforward with saying, this industry, it's a commodity market. And as much as you could interpret saying, hey, you're a commodity, you're a good commodity, we want to have you. I don't know many people really like to think of themselves as assets, right? Where this was something like, it made me feel personally invested in something that I'm not just generating a source of revenue for somebody. I'm actually, filling a unique role. Working with Ryan, it was categorized as a spirit of collaboration. You don't often get that with a recruiter candidate type interaction. Dare I say partnership, right? Where we're kind of, are you interested in this? Is this something that you would be interested in following up through? And the kind of going, oh yeah, that really checks the boxes. And Ryan was a pleasure to work with, was available to me at any time. We were texting late into the evening while he had lots of stuff going on, I'm sure, but really the coaching and guidance, and I think he just nailed it. Things fit like a glove. From start to finish, and I don't think that you could get that well of a match if you didn't know what you were doing and knowing what to look for and who to look for to fill a position. There was one particular moment where, Ryan, you had asked me, what do you think your current employer is going to say, or how do you think they're going to take the news that you're leaving? And I said, well, there's not really anything that they could do. This is a position that I'm really interested in and really feel passionate about. And there was some really good, genuine feedback that, Ryan, you gave me. And it was, if that's the way you feel, just say, there is nothing. This is what you want. Don't leave the door open. And for me, it was doing it out of kindness and respect for my current employer, who was great. But that statement was much truer to my feelings. It was honest, it was direct, saying, I'm sorry this is happening. Yeah. And that felt good, and it was good feedback that made me that much more confident about the decision. And it I think also saved a lot of stress on my part, where I didn't introduce the potential counteroffer and, well, can we change this or can we change that? It just was a, hey, this is what's going to happen. No disrespect, left on good terms, but that feedback was good advice, and that will stay with me for the rest of my career.